I wanted to make something else for Minecraft, and I felt that the best start would be something simple, like a villager. Except I wanted to make fun of it, so I made the Nitwit, who no one would care about if I made them a little wonky. To start, of course, I need an armature out of some paper clips that are bent a little bit and then cut. No arms on this one, since it won't be necessary, since they're very attached to the body, and some aluminum foil along the torso in order to properly connect the two pieces and not have them just fall apart. However, since that's not secure enough, I do add a little extra clay and bake it so that I have a solid armature. After that, I cover the legs in the same dark brown that I covered the body with. I don't know why I covered the body in dark brown. I thought it would be show under the shirt, I guess? I don't know. It didn't. Once the legs were blended together with no obvious gaps or seams and they properly covered the wire, I could bulk them out since the legs needed to be, well, the Minecraft thickness of legs, which is incredibly thick. And then I needed to make him actually thick. And then I pinched up the legs so little bits of the armature were poking out so I could add his shoes, which are a more darkish gray. This then gets pressed down to make sure he can actually stand up, and then the torso gets covered with a large sheet of green. This green is going to also be the same for the arms and basically the entire upper body. So I just need to make sure that this gets blended in, smoothed out, and then all good. Before, of course, I have to thicken it again because, again, this is Minecraft, and the Minecraft's people are very wide. After this, I add an indent in the front because, well, the villager has an indent in the front. Well, the Nitwit does, which is its name. And then I just do a lot of indents to make it look somewhat like folds, creases, and just little imperfections within the overcoat, is what I think it is. After that, I add on some worms, or just some coils, very thick coils for arms. These arms get blended into an already baked body so that none of the detail that I just added can get wiped away, and then they get pointed downwards. Now, after they get pointed downwards, they have to connect in the middle, so at the elbows, I crease them so that they can meet in the middle. And of course, meeting in the middle would really mean nothing if I just didn't also indent the hands so that they looked like they were very oversized and drooped down a little bit. This is very similar to how I made the sleeves of the Lunatic Cultist, if you remember that video, which you probably don't. But what do I know? After that, I actually firmly attached the two arms together, and then made the arm sleeves more droopy, before giving it the same texture that I gave to the body a while back. Both of these arms get the texture, and the texture is just whacking it. After I just whack it, I do smooth out the texture slightly, and then add an ovalish shape for the head. Once I properly shape out the head, I can add in two pre-baked eyes in the more ovalish Minecraft shape. Push them in, and then add some green eyes, pupils, that's what they're called pupils, and then a flat, just a flat mouth, because villagers do actually have mouths. Then I give them the solid unibrow that all villagers are famous for, and then the thing that they're actually famous for, the Squidward nose. After this, I give some creases in the forehead, because why not? No, he actually looks like Squidward. After this, I thicken out the bottom of the overcoat because it looks not the correct size compared to everything else with the coat. Once this gets thickened up, I can then give it the texture that everything else gets because everything needs that texture. And then actually make the back the same size. But since I didn't just want to make a flat back, I decided to push up all the clay, giving him a hunchback. That doesn't happen till later, I think. Yeah, there it is. There's the hunchback. I spoke a little too soon, and now that he has a hunchback, I can actually add the proper texture to the back, and also to the fronts again because it got wiped away. After that, I just smooth out the texture slightly to make it a little less obvious that it's there, but still pretty obvious. And then I add some lighter green in any of the areas that I feel need it, like the ends of sleeves or the top and the bottom, where the neck is and where the ends on the feet. This is not super necessary, but I felt that it might add a little bit more pizzazz, and this gets textured pretty much the same way as the entire body does, except a little bit more. Then I add it to both of the sleeves separately to make sure that there's still a groove, as if there actually are two arms, which we all know there isn't. It's just one solid arm. After that, I add it to the bottom of the body towards the shoes, and with that, all that's left is a little bit of texturing, which is the same for pretty much everything, except a little bit harder, and then some base. I have no idea what this base is supposed to mean, but if anyone asks, it's mossy cobblestone. Then the villager gets pushed in, and once it's pushed in, it's done!